Howdy folks, it's the Creepy Kentuckian here with you from deadpit.com. Once again, Halloween quickly approaching. Lots of releases come out this week. Possibly the biggest one, the one that I know a lot of people have been waiting for, was originally announced back in August, been delayed a little bit, finally is out from MVD and Trauma. This is the Toxic Avenger Collection, TA in 4K, in this snazzy new neon green collector's edition, embossed. If you can see that on the camera there, it's embossed on both sides. Yeah. And it includes all 4 of the Toxic Avenger films, 2 discs for each movie, a Blu-ray and a 4K. I think all the special features, or most of them, are on the Blu-ray editions. And it's a pretty neat little set. It's the first time these movies have been available in a big box set together in 4K and Blu-ray. Comes with a card of "We loved you then, and we love you now." With Michael Hers, who is a fairly silent partner in Trauma, and Lloyd Kaufman, who is not, who is pretty much everywhere. He was even in our very own documentary. I think he's on the cover there. Yeah, Lloyd Kaufman. Into the Pit, the shocking story of deadpit.com. On deadpit on patreon.com at a wholesale price. But anyway, we're not promoting ourselves today. We are promoting this Toxic Avenger collection. We're going to talk about the movies. We're going to go through them kind of quickly. It's 4 different movies, and then we're going to get into the special features, the transfers of this thing, which I believe our good friends over at Vinegar Syndrome were the ones that remastered these movies. And that's the true plus to this box set, in my opinion. I mean, most of you fans of Toxie and Trauma and everything, more than likely you already have all of the movies. The newest movie was part 4 from like 2000, so over 20 some odd years ago. So nothing new in the Toxic Avenger world until the remake, which they're working on right now, which who's to say what that'll be. But these are the original films, TA in 4K. Let's dive into those sumbitches. First up, we're taking a look at the original Toxic Avenger from 1985. The movie follows Melvin, the Tromaville Health Club janitor, who's been picked on and bullied by the members of the club, primarily Bozo and his nefarious gang. Bozo and the gang's most recent prank resulted in poor Melvin being dumped into a barrel of toxic waste, turning him into Tromaville's superhero, the Toxic Avenger, who protects the innocent and beats up the baddies. This is a really mean-spirited movie, and it doesn't really stop with this movie either. Now, this is the classic. This is the one that I always remember seeing back in the day, and it still holds up fairly well. The town supports the hell out of Toxie. You have the I Heart Monster Hero shirts. Toxie helps stop the criminal activity in town, and crooked politicians want to take him out. And now it's up to the citizens of Tromaville to stand up for what's right. Continuing on, Toxic Avenger 2 in 1989. This sequel, Toxie is tricked into traveling to Japan to fight crime while the evil corporation of Apocalypse Inc. wreaks havoc in Tromaville. Continuing on with Toxic Avenger 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie. This one takes place immediately after the events of Toxic Avenger 2. Toxie, unfortunately, has no more crime to fight in Tromaville and decides to get a regular job, only to discover that he's working for one of his arch nemesis. And the final film in this set, Citizen Toxic, Toxic Avenger Part 4. This one is set 10 years after the events of Part 3. Evil returns to Tromaville in the form of Noxie, the Toxic Avenger's evil twin. This one from the year 2000 would be Toxie's swan song, epic proportions, lots of cameos in this from a variety of people, including Lemmy from Motorhead. Debbie Rochon is in this. Corey Feldman is even in this. All four of the Toxic Avenger films are a lot of fun. They all have something to offer one way or another. Lots of boobs in Part 4. Probably the most mean-spiritedness is in the first movie. All these movies are a lot of fun. I have a particular soft spot for the original film from '85. I remember seeing that one as a very young kid on USA all night. And the scene where Bozo and the gang run over the kid, his head explodes and shit, I've never forgot that ever since I was out. Because usually in horror movies in the 80s, the kids were safe. The younger kids. So this was a younger kid on a bike, but no. They show no mercy for the kids. But yeah, these movies are fun, man. I'm not the biggest Trauma fan, but if it weren't for the Toxic Avenger, the original from '85, Trauma would not exist today. I think anybody would admit to that. Now, Lloyd Kaufman and Trauma and the gang and everything, they kind of like shit on the sequels 2 and 3. When the final one come out, they said that Part 4 was the true sequel. I don't know if they're just blowing smoke up everybody's ass or what. You really can't tell with them. But this set, man, this one right now is $100 on Amazon. And 4 movies. And I know a lot of people are, these are basic editions. So if you go through these, and we're going to talk about the features here. Each one of these is just in a standard 4K case, a Blu-ray and a 4K. The 4K has commentaries and everything like that. The Blu-ray has all the other extra features and stuff. But yeah, the other ones are all set up the same way. So you're getting a total of 8 discs, 4 4Ks, 4 Blu-rays. The picture quality on these are outstanding. I think most of the special features, and we'll read through those here in a second, those were recycled from previous editions, which is fine. I mean, these are older movies. There's not really a whole lot of other information you can gather. But at the same time, it's cool to have everything in just one sleek set. And MVD and Trauma and Company, I think they hit the ball right out of the park with this release. If you're a fan of these movies, these are all in 4K, folks. 4K Toxic Avenger, all of them in 4K. Now, Vinegar Syndrome did the transfers on these. They all look outstanding. I couldn't believe how good the first movie looked in particular. Great looking movies. But next, before we get out of here, let's talk about the special features. There is quite a lot. Now, all the films have new 4K scan and restoration, new introductions for each film from Lloyd Kaufman, the president of Trauma Entertainment and creator of the Toxic Avenger. And this includes the intros from 2014 on the Blu-rays as well. So 8 different introductions from Lloyd Kaufman. On the original film, there is 2 separate audio commentaries with cast members Robert Pritchard, Gary Schneider, and Dan Snow. Another separate audio commentary with the director Lloyd Kaufman. And those are on both the Blu-ray and the 4K. Interviews with cast member Jennifer Baptist, Robert Pritchard, Mitch Cohen, and Dan Snow. There's an interview with co-creator and director Michael Hers. Mark Torgel talks about the Toxic Avenger featurette. In Toxic Avenger Part 2, there's an audio commentary with Lloyd Kaufman. At Home with Toxie mockumentary, an interview with cast member Lisa Gay. Japanese news report on the filming of Toxic Avenger Part 2. Radiation March, a short film directed by Lloyd Kaufman. The American Cinematheque honors 40 years of Trauma. There's trailers on all of these discs of other Trauma movies. Toxic Avenger Part 3, The Last Temptation of Toxie. You have 2 separate audio commentaries, one with the director Lloyd Kaufman and the other with cast member Joe Flyshaker. Also included is behind the scenes of Return of Nukem High Volume 1. Make your own damn horror film behind the scenes with Kane Hodder and Bill Moseley. A Halloween Carol short film, infomercial for Rabid Granny's Blu-ray release. Citizen Toxic Avenger Part 4. There is 3 separate audio commentaries, one with the director Lloyd Kaufman, one with editor Gabriel Griedman, and the other with cast member Trent Haga. Apocalypse Soon, the making of Citizen Toxic, behind-the-scenes documentary, tribute to Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead, and yeah, lots of trailers and other goodies. So, but yeah, guys, I hope this wasn't too long a review. It's kind of tough taking a look at these big box sets, but this one gets a very high recommendation from me. Believe it or not, I did not own any of the Toxic Avenger films on anything. I may have had like one of the sequels on DVD or something like that. But as far as the original film, I had not owned that at all. So this was a definite must-buy for me. And I strongly advise you guys check this one out. It is out now for under $100. 4 movies in 4K, 8 discs, lots of extras. Go out and get it. Check it out. Check us out. We're over at deadpit.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.
We ain't